Hello everyone, I invite you to every Friday cryptocurrency review. Let's start by checking the current situation on the BTC to USDT pair, taking into account the 4-hour interval. First, we will use blue lines to mark the local triangle in which the price is approaching the exit direction. When we turn on EMA Cross 200, we can see that the price is struggling to stay in an upward trend above EMA Cross 200. Now let's move on to the distribution of the fib retracement grid. And here you can see that the price is based on the support zone from $26,879 to $26,500. When it falls below this zone, there is a second support zone from $25,883 to $25,463. And then there is strong support at the price of $24,902. Looking the other way, in a similar way we can check the resistance areas, and here immediately above the price there is a strong resistance zone from $26,915 to $27,461. Only when we manage to get out of it and test positively, we can see an increase to the resistance level at $28,162. Please pay attention to the CHOP index, which indicates that there is still energy to continue the correction. The stock indicator is still in the upper part, which may also indicate a deepening correction. While the RSI index, despite the recovery, has room for the price to go a little lower. As the second chart in today's review, we will check ETH in pair with USDT, also on a 4-hour time frame. We will start by marking with a yellow line the local downtrend line from which the price has gone up and is staying above it. At this point, it is worth marking the exit point from the downward trend line, because above it there is a blue EMA Cross 200 line, the exit from which up means a return to the upward trend and, what is important, that the price remains above the moving average of 200. Now let's move on to marking the support places. We will use the fib retracement tool to mark supports, and as you can see, the first support is at the price of $1,651. But when the price drops lower, we can see a quick return to the support zone from $1,591 to $1,565. Looking the other way, we can similarly mark places where the price should encounter resistance on the way up. And here you can see that the price is fighting in a very strong resistance zone from $1,664 to $1,700. Only when we break out of it can we see an increase to the resistance level of $1,746. The CHOP index indicates that the energy has been mostly used. But when we look at the stock indicator, we see that we are at the upper limit, which may lead to a greater recovery. While the RSI indicator, despite the recovery, still has a lot of room to fall. Moving on, we will check the BNB in pair with USDT, also on a 4-hour time frame. First of all, we can use the blue lines to mark the triangle in which the price is moving. What's more, at this point we can see that the price quickly dropped from the place where we touched the blue EMA Cross 200 line, remaining in a downward trend. Now let's move on to marking the support places. We will use the fib retracement tool to mark supports. And as you can see, we can first mark the support zone from $210 to $207. While we still have strong support at $204. Looking the other way, we can similarly mark places where the price should encounter resistance on the way up. And here the first resistance zone starts at $215 and ends at $219. Then we have the second zone from $223 to $228. And then strong resistance at $234. The CHOP index indicates that the energy has been used and is currently slowly growing. The RSI showed an increase and now a strong recovery is visible. While the stock index also exceeded the upper limit, which resulted in a strong price recovery. The last one in today's list is the SOL to USDT chart. First, we will use the yellow line to mark the downward trend lines from which the price has gone up. While currently, we can use the blue lines to mark the sideways trend channel where the price is at the upper limit. As you can see, the price is again above EMA Cross 200, and here we should watch whether it will be possible to stay above this line in the upward trend. When we unfold the trend-based fib extension grid, we can see a visible support zone from $19.45 to $18.76. But when the price exits the zone at the bottom and therefore exits the current channel at the bottom, we can see a drop to the vicinity of the second support zone to $17.65 to $16.85. Looking the other way, we see that the price has reached the resistance zone from $20.33 to $20.71, which has reduced the price for now. However, if it manages to break through this zone, the price must face the second zone from $21.26 to $21.95. Look at the CHOP index, which indicates that the energy in this upward movement has been used up. On the stock indicator, we are moving above the upper limit, which should result in a price recovery. While on the RSI, we are in the upper part, which may also indicate an inevitable correction. Technical analysis is provided by a third party and for informational purposes only. It does not reflect the views of CryptoDaily, nor is it intended to be used as legal, tax, investment, or financial advice.